Didn't change my stream name. Now it's the correct name, I think. Still says it wrong there. Oh well. Good morning, everyone. Hello. Hello, hello. All right, so we're gonna we're gonna do a little bit of texturing this morning. And then in the afternoon, we'll switch over to doing some clothing edits. Yeah. So let's start with Instamat today. Excuse me. All right. So what we've done is we've built up. Let me turn off the wireframe. So we've created this leather material, or we've isolated the strips of leather. Then we've also created on top this highlight layer. Maybe that's right here. What's that? Leather right here. This one looks pretty good. Kind of definitely pulls out a lot of the details there. I like that. Let's just isolate all the different materials. So we got this metal here. We got the binding. We got the eyes. We got the clasps. Which one is this one here? Those are the eyes. And then we'll do another channel and another group. This group will be Matro. There, mesh ID to mask. Perfect. Count. Oh. 2. 210. And 2. Yeah. All right. Tolerance. Interesting. We address this all as one. Fascinating. Then in the channel. Take out the saturation. Make it a little bit darker. Turn up the metallic. Turn down the roughness. Perhaps a little too shiny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. On the leather, we'll add another mask. This will be a count of 9. We're going to sample each of these. And this one. Oh. It's going to be pretty easy to lose track here. All right. And that way, I can contain my edgeware. Let's leather edgeware. And we can also do some effect layers. Let's see. Element layer. Like an element graph. Element layer. So it is a graph. You could use any graph. Interesting. These are interesting. I don't think that's quite what I want. Really just want an effect. These one of these. Add filter. But the filters for the layer. This organization's a little weird. A little odd. Channel. Stereo. Should change the color of the folder. Alright, so we'll just do a multi-channel above this. Adjust its color to something like this, and then set it to... Excuse me. Oh, interesting. Carnival colors. Not quite what we want. It's just default. And then we can just turn down the opacity a little. So we get that slight variation. And the color itself, definitely something a little more desaturated and darker. The color below is still coming through so strong. Oh, maybe I could select this, the folder. Okay, I can select the folder. And I can add an effect layer. Yeah, okay. HSL, take out the saturation. Ah. Oh, this is the back cover. Gotcha. I mean, I don't need to do that, but bam, bam. HSL, saturation, do black and white, just a little bit of color. A little bit of color. Good morning, Ariso. Good morning. Welcome. Welcome. Interesting. It looks so fascinating when it's dark. How's you? I'm doing well. I'm doing quite well. A little sleepy, but it's just how it goes. How you doing? We're doing some texturing this morning. We're gonna try to finish our book cover, and then doing really fine. Following the advice you gave me regarding commissions and pricing. Awesome, awesome. Well, I wish you well. Finding a good structure for yourself. pricing structure. The binding. I guess we'll keep it blue for right now. Mesh ID. That one. Cool. Having that said, I'll not be paying too much attention to the stream. I need to do my timing well so I can make it affordable. I'm working on a furry commission. Let's go, Risa. Well, wishing you well with that commission, and good luck. Good luck. Let me know if you need any help. Oh, we're missing the stitching. Darn. I will have to rebake then. That's okay. I need to rebake, and I also need to redo my mesh. Thanks, Sam. You're truly great. You're too kind. Glad you're getting commissions, and I'm glad it's working out for you. You're gonna crush it. Gonna crush it. Oh. Wait, I can change the... Oh, that's a sample color. Okay, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, blue? No, brown. Yeah, like a black, basically. Yeah. Oh, My mouse just died. Start it. Got my USB-C here. And we'll do so we can plug this directly into my computer. And plug that in. Should work. There we go. Cabling's a little awkward, but it'll do the trick. Yeah, I think last time I actually plugged the battery in. This is easier. So it does actually give me a little bit more flexibility. Okay. Excuse me. I am curious if I can bake on stream. Because we figured out some of the baking problems last time. We'll do it in a little bit. For now, let's adjust some of my metal here. Get a little bit less metallic. And can I save these? Where's my... should be able to save like a graph. So I think we'll start building up some templates. Excuse me. Just like I did in the past. So what I'll do is I'll make a folder. We'll call this, nope, not folder, material. And we'll call this template mat. And in here we will make a folder. This one we'll call template layer group 01, and we'll give it a UV rejected mask. I guess we would actually want to use the more fully featured mesh mask builder, because that's actually more useful. Because I believe we have grunge. Let's see. Yeah, we can change which mode it is. So then I can save this as a add to library as prefab material. And if I delete that, I should be able to grab it from my packages and template group. Okay, so that's in library objects. Okay, current package, library objects, only library. Interesting. Feeling that out, feeling that out. That is not what I expected. Interesting. Just rebuild that really quick. Okay, I'll figure that out later. All right. So this is going to go into the metal layer. We'll call this metal edge layer. And it's focusing on this strip here. We'll go to the builder. We're going to add some grunge. I can't tell if it's changing or not. Scale. I don't see it at all. This is in the metal edgeware, mesh mask builder, seed, brightness global. I feel like those, I can see it here, so I feel like I should be seeing it right now. Balance, contrast, seed, offset. UV. Actually, I do want triplanar. And what the heck? Oh, it's because I put it below the layer. Duh. Order does matter, as it turns out. Artistic 2 looks a little streaky. Maybe I should do a UV projection. Still kind of streaky. That looks a little bit nicer. Okay. Then we'll hit it with the curvature. Well, interesting. Do I have to invert the whole thing to do that? Mode, edges, these, both. Brightness, contrast. I can turn up the curvature. I would like to be able to choose if it takes things out. I actually don't think I like the mesh mask builder then. I should be able to choose how this blends. Maybe I have to go this way. No, that doesn't do it. Balance. Okay, yeah, I think I will. I'll make a new. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get rid of that. Sorry. Thank you. Agua. Agua, as it's known. So this way we can still use the triplanar. We'll still go back to our artistic grunge. If we use cracked, I can use any of these. Smooges. Yes, good old smooges. That's fine. I won't adjust it too much yet. I'm more interested in, we'll call this smudges. Then on this top of this one, we'll add a new mask for the generator, or filter. I guess then here we'd want to use a mask builder just for the curvature. And then we can adjust how it blends. As we could say something like, yeah. So they're blending together. The worm. Multiply screen. No, multiply should work just fine. Because we're getting these nice edges. That's what I wanted. I wanted crunchy edges. And now we can adjust it. Change the balance to kind of pull out a little bit. Now we have a nice little target just on the edges. We'll do one more projection on this. Also triplanar, and we'll switch it to scratches. This one should do. And swap it to, instead of multiply, I believe linear dodge is what we want. Or, no, we do want multiply. Or I guess subtract. Yeah, subtract. That way we start getting these kind of cuts. It's been dropped or held and moved around. It's always a good look. Gonna scale it up a little bit too. This is not what I thought it was. All right, now let's change the color because the blue doesn't look super good. We'll take out the saturation, make it a little bit darker, right around there. Push in the height. Pushing it out. There's no in because this doesn't have height. So I have to push this out. Interesting. So in substance, height works from starts at 0, and then there's -1 and 1. But in here, it's just 0 to 1, which makes more sense. I do like that more. So yeah, we'll push it out a little. Yeah, I like that. And then for the smudges, turn off the control, click that or something. Just have to slide it over. We will do a little bit of ambient occlusion. Just a wee bit. Normal, don't need any of that. The roughness, I want to take out. Because now it looks nice and crunchy. Crunchy. Not too bad. Not too bad. Once we get the actual leather looking a little bit better, I think a little bit more to work with. Okay, so for the front cover, we started using this hue saturation adjustment. So that's full saturation, 0 saturation, make it a little bit darker. Actually, I will switch this back to 0, only take out the saturation, and then add on top of this a levels. I want it darker. I also don't want the blacks to be so black. There. You can see them changing 1 pixel value. That's pretty good. And then for the hue saturation, let's say -10. What is this? Sorry, -99. Just the mildest hint of saturation. Oh, that's cool. You can actually swap it for a different adjustment, I think, than what it's affecting. That's pretty cool. Very useful, actually. For our strips here, I would like to get a little bit of variation on the actual roughness of these. So we'll pop them all open. What order does this go in? If I turn off this one, that's that one. So to be strip. Why don't we go from the top to the bottom? Oops. I move this window. Windows. I think. Oh, interesting. Custom shaders can be injected into the real-time viewport and will be saved in the viewport shaders folder. That's very fascinating. I really don't want to learn a whole new system for making shaders, but that is good to know. We'll call this one top right. This one here will be corner top right corner. Right corner. Large. Yeah, I like the shine variation. It's fucked up. It's fucked up, bro. That's fine. Okay. Now, I guess I could do hue saturation of base color to roughness and then levels that. That might have been a nice way to go. I like that though. I think it looks, picking up a little bit of variation there. Cool. Now this is the metal edge wear. In our leather, we did add leather edge wear, which is this kind of edge highlight. Take a look at that. It looks quite dusty this way. Dust. Oh, what the fudge? Interesting. What the fudge? Kind of cool. Ooh, that blur is strong. Okay. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, so for the material though, we'll want to I can make the edges kind of shiny or not. Shiny, not. A little bit of height difference. Right, now I have to go the other way. I have to, beneath all this, make another layer down here. Turn up the height here. Actually, we'll just pull that all the way out. Yeah, that should just be default. I don't know, that should be on. Default black, 0 roughness, 0 metallic, 0 ambient occlusion. Okay. This is our base layer. Which we will need a different color for the cover. Anyway, now I can do the edge wear here and push in the height. In this case, out. That really changes how it looks. Okay. That means I would need one just for the leather base. it will have the height pushed up, or at least in the middle, so that I can push it down. Interesting. It's just not quite behaving how I'd want it to. All right, get rid of that. It's a nice crunch there. Crunch. Johnson Ben. You're getting banned. Johnson Ben. Bye-bye. Fucking bot spam. Let's set this to, let's say, overlay. Something to blend with the colors a little bit more. Just the value. Okay. The back cover. It's supposed to be very human looking. I mean, it's a face, so how bright should it be? We'll do right around there, and then I'll use a lot of shadowing from the edge layers here. Ooh. So we'll do what I wanted to do before, or what I made my tutorial about, which is to get an anchor point, because I want to make a blur around the metal bits. I would like a fall off of a shadow, just to pop it out a little bit more. So to do that, we will actually just make a new layering workflow called Necro Cover Anchor Metal. Yeah. Yeah. Can I duplicate this? The problem I'm gonna have. No, actually, never mind. I take that back. Because I can. Okay. Cover. Create without template. So I realize I can just actually sample the same same ones. Necro cover cage. I don't want to bake the cage, so it must be these ones right at the start. I don't see a displacement, so boop. Mesh ID, normal, tangent, normal, world. Position. And I think there's a thickness one too, yeah. All right, so that's same one. Really, I only needed the mesh ID. That was the most important part. Now we have the necro cover, and then the metal, which we will get rid of everything but the base color. Add in a channel that will be white, and channel that will be black. And on the white one, add a mesh ID. I have the mesh ID right here, though. Why can't I select that? Okay, that's an issue. Hmm. Using the same mesh, same textures, but I can't use the mesh ID. Why is that? Oops. Why no mesh ID? Give me my mesh ID. Here. These are bake settings. We have the necro cover bake settings. I duplicate that. The duplication is just for this side, so I can't. There's no bake settings at all for the anchor metal. Do I even need this though? Because I can just go straight to a graph, can't I? I don't even have to make this. I can just delete this. We can make an element graph and default. Meh. That. Take in a texture, or yeah, texture. And I do ID, mesh ID to mask. And here we need the texture, element, image, element, what are you? Unnamed element. Perfect. We can take that And then here, I can sample the color I want. So, oops. So go here, make this image bigger. Wow. View image in new tab. All this. Nice. Hmm. Here we go. So I can sample directly from this one's mesh ID. Good. Actually blend multiple materials together, can't we? Very useful. Wow. I don't want to be in this. Good to know I can go in there and mess about, though. Mesh ID. Mesh ID to mask. Output will be a element image gray. And we'll call this metal mask. Metal mask. I'm gonna use anchor as a terminology. Anchor. Okay. Metal. And then I need to figure out how I can sample the image a little bit easier. I do need, oh, there we go. Okay, I can make this preview. Find our mesh ID right here. Nope. There. And I think we need three. Start this one. Bam. Bam. Nope, wrong one. Bam. 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 Then that's the border, that's the clasp. I think that's it. Oh no, the spine. Right. There. Okay. So save that. Now when we go back to Necro cover, instead of using mesh ID to mask, here, I can delete that. This will actually work out really nice. We can delete that. Yeah. So I definitely want to do this more often because yeah. So basically we'll have one graph with all of our anchor masks. That will be a lot better. So I'll have to make an updated tutorial, which is good because people like the first one, so this should be a better one. I don't need this. Why? All right, mask again. This time, projected mask of our element or output of our graph, our anchor. Don't have why. I am exporting it default list. I named it. I'm exporting it. I see it here. Why don't I have access to it? Hmm. Um, Gotta be how I'm outputting it. Default. Make an output. Element image gray. Well, oh, next. Save. Back here. Mask. Copy that. Search everywhere. Nope. 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 Not there. Fudge. Fudge. Okay, so default. What does default do here? Color space linear, metal mask. I swear this is what I was doing last time. Why don't I have access to it? I can see that I have an image that I'm exporting. Whole thing's called metal mask. Maybe we need to change the name to. I'm just gonna call it anchor. Set anchor. Yep, not anchor. Encore. Maybe it has to be UV. No, that can't be it. Anchor. Hmm. Um. Let me make a new element graph with default just to check output default. Just called output. Can I find that? It's a good question. Output. No. Hmm. How was I able to do this last time? All right, let's just check our skull. What's different about my skull graph? Skull anchor graph. Set parameter. Parameter. Ah! The parameter has a name, and this has a name. I think that's a little silly. Why? Oh well, doesn't matter. All right, we can delete this one here. Go to metal mask, take this, and yeah, this can just be parameter. I guess this is the value, like the channel name. So this is a channel. We have a channel that we're outputting, and we can tell that channel, hey, this is the name of that channel. Type of channel, name of channel. So I'm going to call it a mask. And we're going to be outputting a metal. Yeah, just the metal. This is actually just what we want here. And if I go back to Necro cover, then all we want is take that image, metal, mask. Yeah, it's perfect. It's working. It's not. Async render request rejected. Cannot render invalid graph. Okay, so what's happening is that I'm referencing the Necro cover, but the metal mask is, so the metal mask references the Necro cover and then tries to send an update to that same graph. So it's recursive. Okay. Good morning from AC. Good morning to you, Wendy. How's it going so far? Hope you're having a good time. Let's select these, copy them, make a new layering graph. No, we're going to crash instead. How about that? So, yeah, let's go into metal mask really quick. We need to, actually, no, Necro cover, metal, this mask here. Wait, what? Yeah, I made it recursive, so now it's breaking. Spent 6 hours at LineCon, worst con ever, but otherwise having a great time with VRC friends in MeetSpace. Good, that's good to hear. It is funny how conventions are mostly just standing. Do you like standing? I hope you do. All right, we're gonna go to metal mask, and I'm gonna delete that. Get rid of the output. That should allow me to recover. Ooh, I might have actually just broken my project here. I'm just going to delete the whole metal folder. Okay. That should fine. Okay. That should fix it. If I have to recreate that, that's fine. Okay, good. We're good now. So the deal is that we can't what am I trying to say? We'll have an element graph to extract anchors, masks. We'll have a version that we bake, and then we'll have an actual version that we are painting. I already have my baking version. I'd like to be able to copy these. That's what I want to be able to do. So we're going to make a new layering project, which we'll call Necro Cover Painting. And we'll select that same mesh. Create project without template. Paste our layers. And then apply our baked ones. All right, so now we should be doing pretty good. I don't know why it turned on the wireframe overlay, but okay. All right, so we have the painting version. We have our graphs, which I'm going to rename to Necro Cover Masks. Save. Save. All right. So now in the painting version, actually in the cover version, I'm just going to delete everything. I just want it to be very clear that this is the baking version. This is the painting version. Yeah. And top, we'll make a channel and we'll drop in our mask. Then now, since we're no longer doing a recursive extract, I can get the metal. Ooh, excuse me. Thank you. Metal. So we'll call this. Make a better name. Oh, thank you, Arisa. Necro Cover Mask. Back to painting. And I hear Necro. Oop. Perfect. There we go. That is wrong because I'm not in UV. All right. Good. So now I can actually keep my painting layers much, much simpler and procedural. But basically what we're doing right here Oh, this is interesting. So much of my painting workflow is gonna no longer be painting. This actually is better than Substance Painter, in my opinion. The more I play around with this, the more I realize it's like I just have complete control over how I want to bring all of these things together. It's like, oh, cool. I just recreated an anchor point right here. I just used Instamat in order to recreate an anchor point. But I don't even have to do that, do I? I don't have. Why do I need to do that? I could just actually use my graph to output an entire material, couldn't I? No, let's call this necro. Huh. Excuse me. I think so. Can I have mod? I don't know what you mean by that. A mod? I think mods are free to download. Uh, can can Blender blur slash smudge? You are able to with the image editor, um, but it's still Blender. I haven't seen a smudge brush here yet. Oh, no, definitely not. No, and ask again, I'll ban you. And yeah, but we can output all of these channels, and they are channels. So these are just this is a material. So if I go back to painting and we add in element layer, necro cover masks. Okay. That is fascinating. This is really cool, actually. So we have our bake. This is the baked version here. And then we can output a whole element into our painting first, like as a material. We can do whatever we want to this. So instead of mask, can I get a material or element? What was it again? What do they call it? Element graph? No, just multi-channel layer. That's what I'm looking for. Composes an image from either RGB? No. Mixed color channels, that's okay. Where's my list of nodes? I guess it's all in here. Assets. Environments, fonts, blah, blah, blah. Decals, blah, blah, blah. Effects, no. Layer materials. Default. I would just make uh, hmm. I can make it from scratch, but I would love to have a all these different materials. What happens if I drag one in? What happens when I do this? Yeah, okay, that's what I expected. But I don't. Oh, never mind. Okay, so default, new multi-channel layer. Aha, perfect. Okay, so now here, I wish I could do a split view. Whoa, interesting. I can only do one or the other though. Okay, good stuff. So now we have the multi-channel here. What I would like is to be able to do a channel blend, material blend. So material, like this, material blend. Amazing. That way, we extracted from our mesh ID the, it's going to be a little bit awkward to work with. So this is our bake. We'll keep that at the top. And we'll just kind of descend down. Mesh ID to mask. We'll probably have quite a few different masks in a little bit. This is going to be our metal. Did I not rename it? Oh. Uh, hmm. Material. Oh, false. Material name. Just default. I wish I could name that, but let's do it this way. And open graph. No, I wanted to put it. How did I do that? Comment Shift C. This one will be our baked. Okay. And we're gonna make a lot of masks. Funnily enough, like a lot. Oh, delete that. Material blend. Why? I don't. I want to be able to use the materials. Material blend. But we still have to use all the different masks. That's a little annoying. Okay, but that's what we got to do then. That's what we got to do. Because I guess I wouldn't want everything all the time, but it's a little silly, in my opinion. yeah, we'll switch back to curves. Okay, and then height, the last one. Normal. That's probably all I want right there. Then we go the other way. Base color. Normal. Height 2. There is no ambient occlusion on this. I don't even need the normal. I just need base color, roughness, metallic, and height. I would like ambient occlusion as well, but I don't see it on this material. Inputs. That says mesh ambient occlusion. I guess I could reference that then. Mesh ambient occlusion. Yeah. All right. So here's our combined material between these two with the mask. So now, with this right here. Mask. All right. Good stuff. Okay. Um, Gosh dang it. Why is it crashing so much? Yes, I would like to restore that one. Hmm. That's concerning that this is popping up like this. I should make more backup saves. Spellbooks v2. Cover. Cover. Save. Hmm. Why is it crashing though? All right, I have to run to the restroom really quick. I'll be right back. Okay, hopefully this doesn't crash again. I'm not entirely sure why it crashed either. It doesn't need to crash. What about it is crashing is the question. We're gonna do it again. It must be the default material I have in there. What if I save right now? Nothing crashes now. Oh, I know what it is. I am referencing the material in here. I'm referencing the mask. So I have to make sure that I remove the mask. I'm guessing that's what it is. And then delete it in my graph. Yeah. Okay. So Instamat is very fragile when it comes to referencing things. If there's a missing reference, that's just a bug. That's just a bug. I should report that. Yeah, let me put this in here. Save. No crash. Now we have to rewire all of this again. This is going to be the most annoying part of this process. It's just dragging all this stuff out each time. Save. Save. No crash. Okay, so yeah. All right, we're figuring out what it is. And there we go. I do wish we could just blend. Why can't I reference this? Look up blend. Blend. We have image blend. We have material blend, supposedly. What if I do height? Still just wants all that. Okay. That's a bummer. Makes it a little bit more manual. But there's a lot of other benefits to this right now anyway, so no, this does kind of suck actually. Because I would want to be able to blend a bunch of these together quite easily, but this method is slow. Hello, Cecil. Welcome. It's my birthday. Happy birthday. July 5th, the day after freedom. Level 18. Nice. Nice. Sorry to yawn. Okay, so that's interesting. That makes me reconsider what I was imagining for this because does it though? No, it's still crazy useful to do it this way, so. Category mismatch. The source, category material, does not match the destination. Okay. Hmm. Can I just take a material as an input though? Still takes individual channels. Now this is an element graph. We do have one other type of graph, NPAS. Oh, here we go. Artistic centric procedural material creation. Material layering. That sure sounds like what I want. Um, hmm, darn. It's not. And it's not. Okay. Um, because that is just... it does make more sense to output masks. It's a little bit of a pain, but it does make more sense to output masks rather than blending materials together. Okay. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so we'll add another image gray, which we'll call a mask. And we'll call this mask metal, or necro, say NC mask. Okay, this is what I was originally planning on doing. But there's more benefits to keeping it a little bit lighter here and leaning on the painting a little bit more. Okay. Figuring it out, slowly but surely. Starving, gonna get lunch later and have a good weekend. Same to you, Wendy. Enjoy the convention. Enjoy your weekend. And hope you have a lot of fun with your friends. Bye, Wendy. Bye. thinking away. I want to do this. All right, so we have multiple masks. NC metal mask, we have to really watch our naming conventions and understanding when we're changing references because it will crash. So NC underscore, yeah, here, mask, I suppose. Right, what was it again? We have it outputted here. Necro cover painting. I have the UV mask. Or search everywhere. Really should see it at this point. Ugh, so annoying. Mask metal. We'll search metal this time. What am I missing? Like I keep continuously losing track of things. I don't know why. I have it here. It's a mask. I'm outputting this image. Let me get rid of the necro cover. Metal, no underscores this time. Mask metal. Okay, save. Back here. Necro cover. I'd expect it to be right there. Oh. Hmm. It's working. Hello. Just gonna delete this one. Try. Really tired of not seeing something I know I just made. Why can I not see this? Exporting. Mesh ID to mask. Exporting the mask. Give it to me. Element image gray. Gonna metal mask. I should see it. It should be here. Hi. Output. I wish I could have both of these open at the same time. I have the full thing. But I'm confused because right now I'm just grabbing the whole graph. What happens if I had another output? Duck. I don't know. Hmm. This has an output. This also has an output. Yeah, we need that. Okay, so this is just for the node. So it is connected to the right one. Um, Again, how does it know which one I want? And what's weird is this was working fine earlier. I was able to grab specifically this one, metal mask. I'm gonna change the name here. Um, no underscore. Okay. And let's just actually do something useful. Let's take this one and we'll do another mesh ID. Do one though, and I'm just gonna sample the eyeball. So sample just there. Just that one. And then here, drop that in. And this mask will be eye mask. Okay. Mask. Why can't I search everywhere anymore? Let me delete this again. Add this projected mask. I want to search for Oh. The heck? I have my mask wrapped. I should be able to reference any of these channels I'm outputting. Or maybe I can't. Maybe it is just one mask. Can I only reference the one? So I'd have to have a graph for each mask? I assumed I'd be able to do multiple exports, but maybe that's my incorrect assumption. So I guess it is treating the whole graph like a single material. But it's strange because I swear I was able to see the mask in a different way before. Hello, Arctic. Welcome. Okay. Been watching for a little while, but was busy on the phone. Well, welcome back and happy Friday. Happy Friday, everyone out there. Hope everyone's having a good end of the week so far. Any weekend plans as of yet? All right, well then, if this is the case, then I need to make a graph for each anchor that I want. And don't want this. What I actually want is just my mesh ID directly. Because why not? Now, cover mask graph. Okay. So we'll rename this to mask metal. Like that. All right. Tori's got trouncing election, so yeah, it's a good day. Happy to hear it. Hopefully, I'll have a similar feeling towards the end of this year. Metal. Hmm. I should see some sort of mask. not just drag this in? I would like this. What's a warning for? Ah, sRGB does not match the color space linear. No category set for the source, but the destination has the category mesh bake data. Category set for the source. Input. Interesting. So I could reference it this way. I still don't understand. Didn't have a problem with this. Doing the mesh ID. Alright, well, then that's how we're going to do it. Okay. So now we have the metal mask. Make sure it's set to UV. Okay. The main reason we wanted to do this, because we want the metal. We want to be able to mask out the metal. Do something like this. Metallic. Not that metallic. Rough. Now we got some nice metal. But we would also like a little outline on the edges. So we would want to make a new layer. We'll call this metal indent. And in this one, we'll also use actually use the same mask. Copy and paste. But on top of this, we'll add a I guess I could add another projected. Go in here, search for an effect. Blur. Is that how I did it last time? I feel like it was. Did. Instamap blur. Yes. Now we're blurring. Okay. Then no, I'm doing it right then. All right. So okay, so we'll have one graph for each effect we want to do. So we have save this. Remove the reference one more time. And here we'll rename this graph metal. And then, so I just want to organize it nicely. Then what I could do is actually make a new one. Element graph without template. And we'll take the metal and blur it. And then mix or blend. Blend it like opacity mask. No. I guess a mix color. Mix, blend. So we have the mask. Blend. Blend height. Alpha blend, grayscale. Yes. We'll blend this image. This one. The background will be. I just take a value or color. Solid color. Linear. Oh. Don't like that. Grayscale. Thank you. Output. There we go. This one actually needs to be foreground. This one needs to be background. There we go. Okay, and now we can rename this NC graph metal blur. Save. And I'm going to rename this one to NC. Okay, so now it's a little bit of a pain because everything's. It doesn't have to be though, because I can always give myself the input. So if I go to metal blur, we have this parameter here. I should be able to. Yes, cool. Okay. So I can create in the graph an input of a, I guess a float. And we'll call this blur. I can drag this right here, drop that right there, and all right, so now when I go back to my painting, oh, I'm getting it now. Okay, sorry. Okay, so I should not be doing it this way. Well, I can make it more general. Right now I'm doing this blur where I'm feeding this in. But why do I need to make a second graph for an anchor? I could just do a blur. Blur. Because we have a blur right here. But the thing is it's referencing another image. So I want it to reference. Oh, let me back up. Leave it on the metal, and then make a new layer. Control G. Metal indent. Okay. Then here we do projected mask onto the UV, and here this is where we add the blur. This blur in, and we really. Blur. This one, effects blur. Okay, gotcha. Interesting. All right, now we can reference our metal mask here. Okay, I see. I'm seeing it now. So we still want to use it like an anchor point, and then we can, yeah. So this is just like a one-to-one anchor point replacement. Gotcha. That, and then we can just copy this one, paste it here. Let's the blur metal. Yes. And this one, set it to linear dodge or subtract. There we go. Okay, now we're cooking with gas. Gas. Cool. Good. So the blur graph here I actually don't need. Yes. And we'll delete it here. Okay. All right, I feel a little better now. I see how I see it now. So crunchy. That means the base layer height should be at 50. Base layer should be at 50%, so that we can actually push down a little bit further. Got some roughness. Let's add in an ambient occlusion channel. So that here, yeah, we kind of push that in. Oh yeah, that looks good. All right, so now we've got a nice little pop in a few spots around the metal. Okay, we're learning. Slowly but surely, we're learning. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Not too bad. It's still kind of silly in some senses, but now we can make anchor points whenever we want. We just have to make them here. And it's a little bit simpler. I'm back. All right, real progress now on what's going on. Real progress. Ooh. Oh, thank you, Ariso. I feel like the height, I don't see as much of a difference in the height that I'm changing compared to substance. Can't tell if that's actually the case or not. In some sense, it doesn't quite look like, but that's okay. Oh, wow, that's actually a super fully featured mask here. I don't even need the subtract here. I can just go back to the blur, hit use mask, and then drop in the graph. Oh, it's not working as I expected. Oh. Never mind. I take it back. I did do it the right way. Okay, good stuff. I guess for our blur here, we blurred and then we subtracted. I would actually like to add one more object to this blur. I want to include the binding. And we'll call this indent. In general, indent. So we select it again. We can add another mesh ID mask, bottom, and then we can sample this here, which is now should be getting blurred with them. So let's see. Blur. So we have this and this. Linear dodge. Gotcha. The blur doesn't affect this. Oh, so silly. There's a few things here where I'm just like, why is it set up like that? I actually don't know. I feel like most of the times I am going to be making my graphs, my masks with a graph, because using this stack of layers is fucking annoying. It's really annoying. These layer stacks just don't actually work. I want them to. So it's like they're almost useful, and then I find when I need to change them or I want to add something to them, it's not that great. So masking is the way. Graphing is the way. So I'll add another one, another graph. And we'll call this create a template. So back to Nodes, it gives me the most control. Gives me the most control because I can even reference other masks, which is super cool. As long as it's not recursive, it's fine. So I can do stuff like this where I get multiple masks and I can take my mesh ID, mesh ID to mask. We can get our binding selected. We're going to mesh ID. I believe it's the middle there. So let me just sample this. I've got the middle selected. And we take both of these and blend them together using a linear dodge. Then we can simply output it here. Image gray, mask, and the mask is R. It doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Okay. Then we go back to our painting. And we can add in the project. V hit R. There we go. Good stuff. So this is the indent, and then I realized we didn't blur it, so I'm going to go back here, and I want to blur it. So blur. Take the blur. Grayscale. Take the blur. Then also blend again. Here. This time we blend them together like this. And we'll set the mode to subtract. And there we go. Now we've got a blur. Okay. Voila. But problem is I don't want to have to hop back into the graph every time I want to change something. So any value that I want to extract, I actually can create an input for. All this blur. And I can drag it here, put it there. And now I go back here. I should be able to adjust the blur right here. So 25 is the blur amount. 0.25. 0.25. Okay, so it's a value of 0 to 1. There we go. Can I change if that's a range or not? So if I select my input, a percent range, because the outputs have a set amount of intensity. I don't think so. There's other types of inputs though. Float int, uint, vector, all right, but that's super cool because now we can actually create very custom effects that we can control outside of this. And I think there's even more we could do because I could feed in an image as an input. In fact, now that I think about it, right now we have the metal graph and the mesh ID. But they're really just two images. So if I had, instead of doing the blur, but the problem is I want it to be more custom. It's like the blur, anyway, doesn't matter. Otherwise, I might as well just use the nodes. Yeah. Cool. Very cool stuff. All right, we're learning. We're learning. But it is nice that I can stack my anchor points. I can pull them into other graphs. Stack my graphs. Graph stacking, as it's known. No one calls it that. No one calls it that. I do want to include the screws in this graph. Or maybe, I don't know. It kind of looks nice without them. Kind of dark. It's cool. Yeah, I can live with that. All right, in the metal, let's do another channel. Call this metal base. We turned this off, didn't we? Okay. Ah, that makes sense. I can grab these blend values directly here. Okay, good. Simple. All right, new graph. Metal. Edge. Base. Metal. Edge. Where? And then, of course, a mask. We'll do the builder, so I can use curvature. Which already looks pretty darn good. Pretty darn good. We'll go here. Saturation. Yeah, take it right out. Take it right out of there. Then for the builder, we can just kind of adjust our balance. Oh, I like the crunchiness. Just opacity. 1, 1, 1. All right. Brightness. Like that. And then on top of it, we'll add another mask. Projected. Use triplanar is fine. Set it to subtract. And use a grunge. Excuse me. Let's do dirt. Tummy's going. Hungry tummy. See, I want this contrast. All right. I can dig that. Hmm. I'm gonna do every fucking mask as a graph, aren't I? I think I just have to accept that now. Yeah. So I would love to get some really crisp ambient occlusion in here. Um, yeah. Yeah, I really am gonna do that. Okay. Which means we need a new graph. We'll make a graph. And here, I want my curvature. I want all my baked maps right here. Specifically, the curvature. Which I can adjust using this curves node. Be nice to be able to. Oh, God, no. NC graph metal edge. And obviously we need an output, and the output will be element image gray. Gray. Let me just put that there. I don't think we even need to do anything because the graph is this. This is what comes out. So we take the mesh curvature. We can adjust it, kind of get it crunchy. For now, we'll just leave it there. It's already masked, so I think we just go back to the painting. This one, the painting. And add in. Can I just drag this onto here? Oh. Fascinating. And yeah, that makes sense. I could just use them exactly like a material. Mm. Actually, yeah. I was concerned with blending them earlier, but as long as I have I was thinking like there is a middle ground between. This is actually really good. I keep kind of getting a little frustrated because I'm learning this, but I do think that what I can see now is that each layer I should each layer of that I have, I really should just extract into its own graph. The metal should be its own graph. The leather should be its own graph. Or the whole thing should be a graph from start to finish. Yeah. Because then I can just paint in anything I want. Well, no, I think by layer makes more sense. Yeah, by layer, because then I can always extract things separately. I can pull it apart a lot easier. Reuse things. Oh, I'm tired. No, I'm out of Red Bull too. Right back. Mm, mm, mm. All right. So edgeware. Yeah, why would I keep these separate? The metal should just be its own thing. Okay. We're learning. We're learning. This is a little bit annoying though. Um they don't have good material blending. Otherwise this would be a lot easier. Oh, thank you, Sudo. Hello. We're learning Instamat. Continuing to learn Instamat. Instamat's a free Says Painter alternative, so similar, 3D Painter, that kind of thing, PBR Painter. And we're learning how to do it properly. Free. And it's not Adobe. Um, well, this other program is just not as fully featured. Like missing a lot of things, I feel. I'm taking the cover. Oh, you're fine. Mm, mm. I don't mind you asking. Got my road generator in my game. Let's go. Houdini road generator? Very cool. That's exciting. Mhm. Things are a little bit manual at times, but all in all, it's kind of amazing. Good. Sorry to be so crunchy. All right. What we'll do is we're going to make these values. Okay. Do these. So float 32, or I say okay. Yeah, that's what I want. So we can do roughness, metalness, do the whole 9 yards of inputs. Hmm. Actually, I should be able to preview this in real time on my book. Because I have preview mesh. Why couldn't I use my book? This one. Awesome. Sorry to be so crunchy. Thank you, Ori. Hello. I hope you had a good one as well. I'm eating some seaweed. We got another 15 minutes in the morning stream. Then we heading out, but we're learning some Instamat. How's your day going, Ori? Excuse me. Wish I could just make. Yeah, let me try one. If I make a element graph, yeah, PBR. That's what I really need to do. That's actually a little annoying. There. But it has all the outputs set up already, which is nice. delete this one. And we'll rename this to NC Metal. And we can delete everything. Why can't I select things? There we go. Everything over here. So now we just have these outputs. Cool. Then we can switch to our preview mesh. Here. Drag in our baked maps. Yeah, really the whole thing will be a freaking graph. My whole texture workflow is now gonna be one single graph, which actually is awesome. That's what it's like in Blender. And I actually really love texturing in Blender because you have so much control. About to do some more avatar work. Going to be redoing the fluff as baked normals from a high poly sculpt. But first, I need to get some good free fur sculpt brush. Nice. There's a really fun thing you can do in Blender called a vector displacement brush. So you can actually create your own little brushes to like create 3D objects, not just like sculpt the surface. Like it'll pull things into a 3D shape. I'm not sure how interested you are in learning that at the moment, but depending on how you're doing your fur, it might work out quite well for you. But another thing to learn. All right, let's go back to the painting version. And what I'll do is I'm just going to drag out the metal. Here, like that. I shouldn't even drag it out. I should just do the whole thing in the graph. Yeah, there's no reason not to. It actually doesn't make sense to do it any other way. So let me delete these. Delete. Go to the painting. Delete these. Save. We can actually remove anything here. And then we'll rename NC Metal to Necro Cover. All right. Now in the painting version, we just drag that out right here. So we have our material. Okay. Good stuff. First things first. Maybe not the whole thing a graph. Definitely each material will be a graph. All metal will be one graph. Everything else will be one graph. I know how about using alpha maps to like stamp shapes on your sculpt. Excuse me. Yeah, it's very similar to that, but it will also pull out a form, which is fun. This is our default graph. What I can also do in my outputs is set a mask. So if I went image gray and I search mask, I want to know what that means. If I do a checker board, that actually does mask the whole thing. Okay. Good. Very good. Okay. So this is exactly what I want for all my default graphs. So we'll do where's my object in here? I see. Good stuff. All right. So these are the base necrocover graph template. That's what it is. And I'm going to select everything in here. Can I not duplicate this? That's so silly. I can't copy and paste because I can't. How could I duplicate this easily enough? I can rename it, I can delete it. Why can't I just duplicate the graph? I'd really like to, oh, there we go. Much better. All right. So let's just do one layer at a time. Ugh. Again, just the material blending is really lacking. That's definitely the worst part of this is like it feels like it wants me to use graphs, but then the material blending sucks so bad. Like I already know what I want in my material. Why do I have to plug everything in? Is there a shortcut for that? Like shift drag. My texture reprojection workflow might be the reason I'll be able to complete this commission completely. OMG. Hey, let's go. Quick node. Connect all nodes. Quick search. Reroute. Temporary reroute. Nope. Okay. Annoying. Okay. Then I take it back. We do not want everything in one graph. I keep going back and forth, but now I have confirmed. It's just take too long. Just take way too long. So we oh okay. Can't think about this properly, but like if I just wanted to make a simple leather texture, I'd want to have two materials that I can connect and blend together. But I have to reroute every single node every single time. That just seems annoying, but I don't see any other way around that. Like I just have to do that in order to work this way. There is no other way. This is how it works in here. And I think that's fucking stupid. I think that's a huge oversight. Can adjust these manually. Doesn't show that they've been hooked up to anything either. I can drop. Okay, that's actually maybe that's not that as bad. So we've got this here. Material blend, height, normal, PBR real time. Why can't I just drop a material in here? That's my real question. I just want to be able to use material. Why can't I? Okay, but if I do have these inputs here, that is not as bad. Okay, good. Um, okay, well, let's say I do have two materials, so or let's just do a material blend. I can take these. We can take any sort of mask. I could drop in a grunge of any kind. That's it. Just those ones. All right, fine. 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 Stupid. anisotropic noise into the mask. Mask here. Okay, I'm gonna call it here. Man. I feel like there's this is I can't quite fully embrace this because there's just like one or two things that don't work the way I expect them to. Still work a bit until lunch is done. Let's go, Riso. Good luck with your texture reprojection and commission. And thank you everyone for hanging out with me this Friday. Ugh. I'm gonna go ahead and go get my run in, and I'll be back in about 2 hours. Hopefully, it's gonna be a slow day for me. I'm pretty tired, pretty exhausted from the week. But when we get back, we will be switching gears and going back to working on some clothing. So we won't just be staring at this texture reprojection stuff, or shader stuff, Instamat stuff. We'll be moving on to some more actual modeling, which will be fun. Because this is annoying me now. But anyway, thank you all for hanging out. See you all very, very soon. All right, me personally, I don't mind anything provided you're here. Well, thank you, Arisa. I thank you. Appreciate that. And I'll see you all in just a little bit. Bye, everyone.